Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for clicking on here. If you're new here, my name is Karina and I do fashion styling videos as well as some hauls, and I also do weekly vlogs. So if you're interested in any of that, then please consider subscribing down below. Now this video is a request to talk through what I wore while in Mexico City. So I'm gonna go ahead and include the Mexico City vlog in this video and just kind of talk through what I wore, where we visited, some tips. So if you have a vacation plan to Mexico City soon, or if you just want to know a little bit of my process of how I pick outfits for vacation, then just keep on watching. So one of the first things I do before I start to plan out my outfits, it's considered the time of season I'm going, whether it's summer, winter, fall, things like that. I look into see what the weather is like while we're there. So that way I know if I need to put together warmer climate outfits or layer outfits or outfits that I can like warm up somehow by throwing on a jacket or things like that. So first things first is to know what kind of weather you're going to be going into. Secondly, I like to plan out what we're going to do each day while we're there. Not necessarily like a scheduled time of where we're gonna go and what we're gonna do and duration of time, but places that I want to visit and go to, and then I try to allot a day for each activity or each place I want to go to. So that way I have an idea of what we're gonna do and what we're gonna wear, so it's appropriate to the location, or if we're gonna be outdoors versus indoors, things like that. So that would be number 2. And for the third step and the last step for me is I try to plan out each day how many outfits I need. So if I'm gonna use a day and night outfit, then I need to figure that out. Or if I'm gonna do the same outfit and take it through the evening, I need to figure that out. That way I know how many outfits I need to plan out, because once I know how many I need, then I can start writing down what I may need for each outfit. So my travel outfit consisted of a legging and top set from Amazon. Just throw on a sweater for warmth on the plane, and then if we ended up being in that outfit later into the evening, it would give me warmth as we were out and about. Also carried a large tote bag, which carries all our essentials that we need when it comes to traveling, like our passports, pen, sanitizer, extra masks, things like that. So I had chargers, so I kind of had anything that I may need while at the airport there in my tote bag, and I also carried a backpack. But I'm also going to go through what I carry in my tote bag, because I essentially carry the same stuff over and over again on every trip. So I will go over that. That actually is going to be the next video if you're interested in that. The tote bag could be something that I take around town with me, but it was kind of heavy, so I opted for my husband carrying a backpack and him carrying my stuff, but it actually turned out that I ended up taking the tote with us when we went to look at the town. So and even when we explored the town, we ended up staying out, having drinks and dinner and things like that, all in the same outfit. But I was comfortable in the outfit, and so were the outfits that I had packed for my children and my husband. So we all stayed in our travel outfits for Thursday, which was the day we arrived. And on that day, we just explored a little bit. They actually took us to another like subdivision of Mexico City, and we ended up exploring there. We had some really delicious churros. We ended up at a bar where we just planned to just drinks there. The kids were allowed to be there. And then we moved on to just kind of walking around and see if we could find something else. And we did find another location that was completely empty, and they had this little upstairs. We all went upstairs, my family that ended up joining us. So it ended up being like a pretty big party, and we all took up like all of the upstairs, and we ended up eating tacos there. We had some really good drinks. And yeah, we just ended the night there and then headed home that night. So it was really nice. The kids ended up falling asleep on the benches there at the restaurant, but again, we were the only ones there, so it was really nice. And we had a really good time. The next day, I knew I wanted to do downtown Mexico City, and we had seen on TikTok that they have Mexico City has like a downtown like a Chinatown in Mexico City that they do these little, like, I don't know what to call them. They're like dumplings, but they're sweet, like a pastry dumpling. And so we definitely wanted to check that out. And when I talked to my cousin who lives there, said, oh yeah, you could go to downtown Mexico City and then we could walk to Chinatown because it's like really near there. So I knew that day we were gonna do lots of walking, and we were also gonna visit the Basilica. That day we also drove through a really nice, beautiful part of town that has like all of like the high-end luxury shopping and luxury like high-rise living. And then we also drove by El Castillo de Chapultepec, which is the castle of Chapultepec, and they have like a huge park that's part, like you would walk the park. It's in that park you would go to the castle of Chapultepec, but it apparently, from the driver that we had, he said where he would drop us off, it would take an hour or so to get to the castle and then an hour or so to get through the actual castle. But unfortunately we had the kids and they were already tired from visiting the Basilica earlier that day. They weren't up to do all of that walking. So we kind of just drove around those different places and got to see them. The Gold Angel, we did get to see some touristy spots and like stop and take pictures and stuff, but we weren't actually able to like walk through. We actually specifically wanted to get to downtown because my kids wanted gold chains, and so we ended up getting gold chains for them there. And then we went up to a restaurant that has a really nice view of downtown, where like the big Mexican flag is and the government building across. So we were able to like sit and have lunch there, and we had drinks there. And then we ended up staying long enough to where they were doing the flag ceremony, where the soldiers come out and they take the flag down. And then we walked to Chinatown to have those yummy pastries. And so on that specific day, I already knew that we were going to do lots of walking and lots of sightseeing. So I actually wore my cowboy boots that I got from Amazon. So I knew they were going to be a comfortable pair of shoes for me to take, but I also wore this dress with a jean jacket. And the reason I took the jean jacket is because I knew that it was going to get hot throughout the day, that I could take it off and maybe tie it up, or we could put it in the backpack, and I could wear it at night to keep me warm because it was gonna get cold, and I knew I was gonna wear that outfit the entire day and into the night. The next day was Saturday, and Saturday we chose to do the Trajeneras at Xochimilco, which I could be saying that wrong, but it's the little like gondola style boats that you float on through a canal, and you have these little they have these really like bright and ornate like signs on them, and then they drive down the canal, and you could purchase food from other boats that float by. You could also purchase drinks. You can take your own food and drinks onto the boat, as well as there'll be like mariachis and bands and things like that that come floating by that you can also bring onto your boat, or they'll like kind of attach to your boat, and then you have music. So yeah, you have the option of kind of including all of that on your boat already, but it's kind of cool to have like the mariachis on, or the bands or things like that. So definitely 110% recommend those. If you've never been to Mexico City or plan to go to Mexico City, I would definitely recommend the Trajeneras, or the little boats, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they're called in English, but they're like gondola style boats. And it's really cool because it could be an all-day event there of just eating and drinking and enjoying the music. And I knew that the Trajeneras were going to be really bright in color, and there's going to be lots of bright colors around. So I decided to go with the white dress, also with the cowboy boots. And so I chose something very neutral because I already knew that the scenery was going to be very bright, and especially for me, who I knew I wanted to get photos out there, that was kind of like my mindset on what outfits I was going to take and or pick depending on what we were gonna do, right? So it was a whole day of drinking pretty much. So the next day we were all pretty much hurting. So everyone was down for the count, but we really had no plans on what we were gonna do that day. Luckily, my other cousins that live in Mexico City, or like live in the area, they had COVID the week before and now we're testing negative. So they invited us over to their home and cooked some amazingly delicious meat for us and food. They had like a whole like spread of deliciousness. So they had food, they had grilled out, they had all these salsas, they had beans. It was just amazing. So she invited us over, which was about an hour outside of Mexico City. They live in the state of Mexico City, I think is how you translate it. So El Estado de Mexico is what they called it. So that was the day that the Dallas Cowboys was playing the San Francisco 49ers. So my cousin put the game on for everybody, which was really nice because we got to watch it there. But sadly, the Dallas Cowboys lost. And yeah, but it was still a really good game. We were able to eat and hang out, and it was a very chill day, which was perfect because all of us were hurting from the day before from drinking way too much. I did have an outfit planned out for that day, which was just a long maxi sweater dress from H&M, which y'all have seen before if y'all have been here on my channel for a while. I really like that because it was knit and it actually keeps me pretty warm. So I just wore like a nude like dress type slip underneath, and then I had my jean jacket for extra warmth and wore my all white tennis shoes from Walmart. We ended up going to get our COVID test, which we needed to have within 24 hours of our flight. So we actually went to the airport, which where we were staying at my mother-in-law's house. The airport was really close, so we went and got our COVID test before we went up to visit my cousin at her house. And so that's pretty much what we did on Sunday. It was very chill, very nice though. Really enjoyed our time on Sunday as well. Okay, that was it. That was a breakdown of how I typically prepare for a trip, as well as what we did while we were there in Mexico City. I will also make sure that I included all of the names. I'll link anything down below if you're interested in seeing it. I really want to go back in the summer because there's some locations that I want to visit near there that I think will be really nice in the summertime. So yeah, that was it. If you did like this, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.